Hello and welcome to Terraria. My name's Todd, also known as Magic, and this is of course Terraria. Last time we left off, I was showing you how to farm some spiders. I did manage to get a full set of the spider armor, and I did manage to get also the Spider Queen staff, which was the sentry. Effectively, as I showed previously, the spider staff is just these little boys here. Thanks to the spider armor, you can summon 4 of them. I used that to farm up a bunch of souls and a bunch of other stuff I'm going to show here in just a second, but here's also what the Spider Queen staff does. It summons a Spider Queen, which shoots egg sacs full of spiders. If that isn't, like, completely horrifying, it does do really decent damage, though. So we'll be using it when we're fighting some of the bosses we're about to fight. Specifically, we're going to try fighting the twins. So I've got this whole bag here full of stuff. Now I've got a melee adamantite set and also a magic adamantite set, and we're going to try going melee to start off with. I also have some other items here. I have an Anklet of the Wind and a Lucky Aglet. Anklet of the Wind can be found in the jungle, and an Aglet can just be found on surface brown chests. We're going to use those to upgrade our Spectre Boots. We got a Mechanical Eye. This one just dropped for me, but I'm also going to craft more, or show you at least how to craft them. So you take these, we need some lenses. I know I have some lenses somewhere, don't I? Please tell me I have at least a lens somewhere. I should have gotten this prepared ahead of time. I know I've got lenses in one of these chests. Oh heavens, maybe I don't have lenses. Let's just go over here to the guide, and we'll check out lenses. We'll check out what it takes to make these items. So for a mechanical skull, it requires 3 souls of light, 3 souls of night, 30 bones, and some iron bars. Mechanical worm for summoning destroyer is 6 vertebrae, some iron bars, and some souls of night. And for the mechanical eye, it's 3 lenses, 5 iron bars, and some souls of light. So that's how you make that. Let's see, it's 5 p.m. I don't know if we're actually going to do super well against... there's the lenses. I knew I had some extras. So we'll throw them in this chest here with the rest of our souls. We want to pull out some souls here. I also want to pull out cobweb and enough stuff to make the potions that I was going to make. Oh, I just threw a glue stick for no reason. Alright, so the one thing I wanted to make real quick was I wanted to make a wooden yo-yo. You can use that, make that with 10 wood and 20 cobweb. And now that we have that, and if we go over here to our anvil, we need also our crystal shards. I almost forgot about that. With our crystal shards and our souls of light, with our wooden yo-yo, we can make the Sheik. The Sheik is a pretty good yo-yo, which we'll be trying out fighting mechanical bosses with that here in just a second. Specifically, the Destroyer is who we're going to take a crack at. Let's see, the rest of this I can put this away. I can put our souls away because we no longer need those, nor the cobwebs. Let's make our lightning boots real fast. So we need to be over here at our accessory table. You can see what it takes to make a lightning boots. We have our Spectre boots and then the other 2 items that we have. We got fleeting, that's not too bad. Alright, let's make some potions real fast. So we just need some regeneration potions, we'll make 3 of them. We'll make 3 swiftness potions. We'll also make 3 iron skin potions just because. We also have our teacups, of course. I made a couple extra of that. But we'll take the rest of our potion ingredients and we'll toss them in a chest. So, one thing some more veteran members who play Terraria might have noticed that I have on my bar now is something I said that we probably wouldn't get at any point. I managed to get a Rod of Discord when I was farming over in the hollowed area here. This is a very, very, very low drop chance item from Chaos Elementals, but it effectively lets you do this. I just teleported it, it gives you a slight debuff. If you use it again during that debuff window, you will take damage. But the damage is honestly minimal, as you can see. It's not really that massive. Oh, it's going to be a terrible night. That's kind of... I think that's one of the mechanical bosses, if I'm not mistaken. That's kind of a strange thing to see. If it is, we'll just try and fight him with our Sheik. We're going to try and, or Cheek, or however you pronounce it. We're going to try and fight him. I did also create a nice long platform here. It's effectively just some shadewood platforms with torches on it so I could fight bosses. And this is kind of our best chance at winning here. So if we are not able to do anything with our Sheik here, then we will try using magic instead, and we'll see how that goes. But overall, because we got our yo-yo bag now, it's actually pretty good for us to have a yo-yo and a melee set, but we'll see just how effective we are. Is that not a mechanical boss summoning item? Okay, well, the Terrible Night thing, I guess that isn't a mechanical boss, I guess. So I guess we'll just summon the twins. So the twins is probably one of the harder mechanical bosses, in my opinion, just because of the fact that it has two parts, multiple different mechanics that you have to pay attention to. And there's kind of a lot of things you gotta pay attention to while fighting this boss. I just realized we haven't even buffed up. Definitely need to buff up. We need to use everything to our advantage. The Sheik is not an infinite duration yo-yo, it will eventually stop. But we're going to try our best to get our damage out. I feel like I forgot to use Sake, and that was kind of unfortunate. Sake would probably be really good right about now. But we're actually doing pretty alright. If I just don't take stupid damage from stupid things. Our movement speed is high enough that we're able to dodge most of the attacks pretty easily. Our spider's not doing a lot. As you can see, they do okay damage, but they just can't kill fast enough. So I really don't recommend summoning at this point, especially because the spider armor is the only armor you'll get for a very long time at this point. Not until I think you're doing some other events that you might run across. We just gotta avoid a lot of the ranged attacks that are coming at us. And we're doing pretty good. The downside is that once we start getting one down, once one is low enough, they will enrage. So we want to focus on trying to get both of them down. And also not dying. We definitely don't want to die at any point. At this point, we really unlock a lot of our dodging capabilities. So we want to use that. We could also potentially use the nurses buffs. Oh, one of them just enraged. Okay, I think it was Spasmatasm. Okay, when Spasmatasm enrages, he's not as dangerous, but his melee attacks become much, much faster. So you've gotta be real good on top of those dodges. The flamethrower attack he does there, if you're not fast enough, you will just continuously get hit by his flamethrower, and that is pretty bad. We're doing enough damage, we just gotta get close enough that we can hit it. The worst thing you can do in this fight is enrage both of them and have to deal with both of their enraged attacks, because Retnazer's enraged attacks are much, much more dangerous than Spasmatasm's. Spasmatasm is very easy to dodge here. I say that as I'm about to die. If we can manage to get them far enough away, I might be able to get to the nurse in time, or I can get a heal off here. Yeah, I got a heal off, okay. So you can see there that the Curse Flames that he does are pretty damaging and also pretty bad for us. Let's teleport away. Alright, that's unfortunate. So that's melee. As you could see, we weren't doing a lot of damage because we weren't able to get close enough. If we were able to get a little bit closer, we might have been doing a lot more damage. The major benefit to being melee is the fact that you have all that extra armor. So currently we have 60 armor. If we go to magic, we lose a lot of that armor, sadly. But at the same time, currently I think it's the better option for us. So we're going to switch over to magic and try out that and see how that goes. If that doesn't go well for us, I might just call this video here and kind of think of some better strategies, maybe using the nurse, as I stated previously. Or just coming up with something a little bit better, because the biggest thing you gotta do when playing Terraria is just understand that sometimes the best strategy is to change your strategy altogether. Alright, so one thing I do want to do is I want to Okay, so we got our magic armor. Alright, we need to make one more mechanical eye, which we're going to do. And then we're going to put away our souls and our iron. So, one thing we need to do is we need to create a mana flower. This is super critical for if you're playing a magical character. So we're going to do it. You need a mana potion, which is a combination of a lesser mana potion, which you can find in the dungeon, and glowing mushroom. Let's see. I thought it was only one, but let me double check with the guide here. Maybe I need 2 mushrooms. I need 2 lesser mana potions, that's what it is. Where is my lesser mana potions? Do I not have any extra lesser mana potions? I could have swore I did. Did I really make an oversight like that? I don't have any more lesser mana potions. I might have. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Alright. So you can find them in the dungeon, but you can also purchase them from the merchant. So that's what we'll be doing. I was hoping I had some extras. Alright. So we got 2. We got our mushroom. We'll be on our way now. So now we make a mana potion, and with a mana potion and a nature's gift we go over here to this bench and we can create the mana flower. The mana flower, as its effect states, reduces the amount of mana usage and also automatically uses mana potions when needed. Massively useful. We'll be swapping out our yo-yo bag for it because of the usefulness of it. So I also picked up my souls and these items here. I need to make a bookcase real quick. Okay, so bookcase. So when you're at a sawmill, you can create a bookcase with 20 wood and 10 books, and we're going to create a bookcase. A bookcase is used to create some magical items. We'll put it up here for the time being. We'll move it later on. So we need to create a golden shower, which is 20 ichor and 15 souls a night, plus a spell tome. Spell tomes can be purchased from our good buddy the wizard for 6 gold. So we're going to purchase a spell tome. So we're going to make the golden shower. We're also going to make the crystal storm, which is 20 crystal shards and 15 souls of light, plus another spell tome. These will be the spells we'll be using the most. They're fantastic overall, when used in conjunction with each other. We're also going to be trying to use our orange zapinator. Let's see, magic 11 versus 3. Based on how much damage our orange zapinator does currently, we'll probably be using that mostly, but if we're having mana issues, we might switch over to the crystal storm. We're going to drop... We'll drop our ichor and stuff in here. We'll also drop our souls in there for the time being. So let's switch around our items here. Yeah, so we don't need the Sheik. We almost managed to get that boss down with our melee build, but melee is just not super strong at the current moment. It will become stronger later on, and then we won't have to worry about it as much. Magic, though, is just really nice for these earlier stages in hard mode. I consider it pretty good. So the major combo that you're going for here, let's first of all, once you have the wizard, you can buy greater mana potions from him, and I recommend you do that. I like to keep, when I've got a mana flower, I like to keep at least 3 stacks of mana potions. That way I know during a boss fight I won't ever run out. The downside to using the mana flower, if you didn't already know, is while it does give you infinite mana and you can use the potions here infinitely, when you use a potion, you get mana sickness, which reduces the amount of magic damage you're doing. So when you use lots of potions rapidly, you lose a lot of damage just because of the fact that you're using so many potions. So when we're fighting them, we're going to try and not use up too much mana if we're able to. Overall, though, the major combo that we're going for is we're going to go with Golden Storm first. This will give them the Ichor debuff, and then we can switch to Crystal Storm or to our Orange Zapinator. We'll see which is more effective. Overall, I think the Crystal Storm myself is more useful just because of how insanely fast it fires, and the amount of damage it does is pretty decent. Let's take a look. I have enough gold at the moment to maybe reforge some of this stuff. So maybe we should do that real quick. Let's try out reforging some other weapons. That's a little bit too expensive. It's also kind of expensive. Well, we'll try reforging first of all. Let's reforge our shield because I noticed it had melee speed on it. Armored is fine. We'll try reforging our... Well, let's do our weapons first. We'll do Golden Shower because we'll be using that regardless of what we're doing. Demonic is a good reforge. Try out this. Superior is pretty good. We're going to be able to... No, we don't have enough to reforge the Orange Lapinator. Overall, though, this should be a pretty good build for us. One thing you might notice, I've got my spider staff in my inventory, just because the only time you need to resummon your summons usually is after you've died. So, it's not going to be a massive issue for us. You know what? There's one thing we could do. While we're waiting for nighttime, and that's going over to the dungeon and grabbing an alchemy table. It's one of the things that I didn't manage to do in my time, so you can see how useful the Rod of Discord is. I didn't use it a lot during that fight, just because I'm not accustomed to using the Rod of Discord very much, but I'm going to try to get better at that as time goes on. The Rod of Discord is insanely powerful. So much so that it kind of, if you manage to get it early on, like I have in this playthrough, you can kind of break a lot of things. There's a lot of mechanics later on, especially, that you'll be able to dodge much more effectively. I'm thinking very much so of the last boss in particular. There's some mechanics that we'll be able to dodge thanks to our ability to teleport. The ability to teleport is just overall really cool too, so yeah. I guess since I've got the time as well, I can just take a moment to talk about things. Last week I was unable to make a video because of the fact that there was some stuff going on in my own personal life and I wasn't able to really have the time to sit down and like do stuff. This week, of course, I'm making a video because I've got the time again, and will hopefully continue to have the time. However, there's no guarantee there. There might be some stuff in the future where I have to deal with, but I won't be able to really sit down and record videos, but I don't really know. One thing I can state, one thing I learned that was very important over these last few weeks is that we should never forget the people who are who stick out with us and who kind of are important to us, and we should never forget the people who are loyal to us. That's one thing I've definitely learned over this past week of trial and tribulations, is never forget those people. Never forget the people who are willing to stay with you and willing to work things out with you. So it's just something, it's something minor, but at the same time, and very important. Never forget those who started with you when you get to the top, or when you make it to wherever you want to go in the future. It's things like that that, especially in our world today where so many things are going wrong. We just had a global pandemic, and if that doesn't already date the video, there's a lot of stuff going on in America where I live, with our elections and whatnot. There's a lot of division, you know, just in general. There's a lot of topics that people are kind of widely debating on, and in these very troubled times where we're like constantly in a lot of strife and struggling to kind of get along with each other, it's very important to remember to not forget those who are there for you in your tough times. Maybe you're not going through a tough time right now, maybe you're feeling pretty good, but don't ever forget those people, because you never know when you might need their help again, and if you've excluded them or abandoned them, they may not be there to help you in the end. Just some minor things that you just might want to think about. I'm just rambling over here because I'm just searching for an alchemy table and I'm not really thinking too much about it. I can state that with a lot of the things that have been going on, it's one of those things that we got master eloquency, and I'm talking over here. It is one of those things that we need to always remember how dedicated some people are and how much time they spend trying to help us, and so on and so forth. and never devalue that sort of commitment to one another. Times may get tough and things may not seem so. They may not seem so dedicated to us. I'm just going to teleport back because I don't need to be here any longer. They may not seem so dedicated to you later on. However, that doesn't necessarily mean they aren't. It just might be a situation where they might not seem as such because of the things they're going through themselves. So we don't want to be selfish, even though we sometimes can be. And sometimes it's okay to be selfish. Sometimes it's okay to accept that other people's needs don't have to come before your own. If anything, I'd say that that should be the norm. However, it is definitely a situation where you gotta really think it over at times. Really just kind of decide for yourself how you want to go about your life and who's important to you. But never forgetting those people who are important to you. That's right, we need to buff up with this. We'll buff up with everything. Let's see, let's make some more potions real quick. So the major benefit of an alchemy table, if you didn't already know, is that it reduces the chance to consume ingredients when you create something. Very, very useful. It's pretty important when crafting a lot of potions. And we're going to be crafting a good number here. Let's craft just kind of as many as we can. Within reason, of course. Let's create one more of those. Create one more of these. Alright, 8's a good number. That'll give us enough attempts in the future. Alright, what else can we do? We can also start putting down some campfires instead of those torches. So, major benefits using a campfire instead of a torch is that you get health regen when you're near it. Okay, I'm out of torches, ironically. Let's grab some gel, and we'll create a bunch of torches. Lots and lots of torches. Lots and lots and lots. Alright, so that's good. Create a bunch of campfires. I probably don't even need 30 campfires, but we're going to create 30 campfires anyway. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to put one up here at the very edge of our arena. And we're going to see. So now we can see where the campfire buff falls off. It falls off about there. So we just put another campfire here. That extends the range. And the campfire buff falls off about here. So put another one there. And the campfire buff falls off about here. So we put another one here. And one here. This is kind of just minor stuff that you can do to improve your boss arena. And even though our campfire buff extends all the way over here, I'm still going to put down another campfire just for aesthetics. So we've got that one extra there. Let me get rid of this grave. You don't want your graves to pile up around your village, as that'll create a graveyard, and enemies can spawn even in a graveyard. So it's just kind of unfortunate to have those around. Alright, we'll dump that in there. So now we've got that set up. Let's grab some more items that we might be able to make good stuff with. I know I had a chest for, there it is, chains and heart, life crystals, so we're going to make a bunch of heart lanterns. I need some more chains, ironically. Alright, so we'll pull out some iron bars, make some chains. I think that's enough to make enough heart lanterns at this point. We'll see. We'll see if 7's enough. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 7 is enough. For our little boss arena that we've got here. Alright. So now we've got that. We can go do the same thing that we just did with our campfires. Except for now that we already have our campfires here, we can just kind of take a block out from under them, put a block back, put our thing there. Actually, you know what we should do? now I think about it. We should also create some star lanterns for mana regeneration. Very important for mages to have that mana regeneration, because every time you don't use a mana potion, you retain some of your damage. So we want to not use mana. We want to use as little mana as possible, if that makes sense. I also remember that we could make some potions for magic damage and whatnot. Let's create 6, we'll make 7 just in case. Let me see, do I have the required materials for any of this stuff? I think a day bloom, a moon glow, and a star makes a mana regeneration. Yeah, we want a magic damage though, a magic power potion. So that requires a moon glow, a deathweed, and a fallen star. We'll make one of those. I guess we have enough for making one of these too. So we'll make both of those for our attempt here in a second. And now we'll just put this stuff away for the moment. We need some blocks. What blocks do I want to use? Let's use obsidian bricks. That sounds kind of cool. Alright, so we'll use obsidian bricks for this. So the way this works is we're gonna break that part of our platform here, put that there, set this up, effectively giving us both health and mana regeneration on all these areas. So across our entire boss arena we'll have health and mana regeneration, which is pretty neat. The only downside is that these blocks, these obsidian blocks, can get in our way. There's not really a way around that. There's nothing massively that we can do about that. It's just better to have these though than not. So we'll put that. I think we're getting close to nighttime. Yes, we are. So I need to hurry up a little bit. Alright, that one's done. Let's do this one next. Switching direction on you now. There we go. Got that. That. What was it? I want to get some symmetry in my stuff here. At least some minor symmetry. Yeah, we'll just switch these around. We'll go like this. And that. Okay. I don't want to waste too much time building this arena just because, like I said, we gotta fight the boss as soon as we're able to, otherwise we're gonna have problems. So we're like there, there, and this last one here. Aside from the final one that we'll put at the end, but this is the last important one because it's the last one that extends across the end. Okay, and last one. Truly the last one. And done there. Okay. So that should cover us for our boss arena. Alright. I'm gonna pre-buff some of the drums and we're gonna go. So as you can see, I've ichored them, as seen by the fact that oof, I'm also taking a lot of damage. I am not paying enough attention here. We need to kind of get on top of that. Take so much damage. Okay. It seems our what is it? Our Zappinator is doing a little bit better, I think. I could be wrong in that regard. But yeah, we want to ichor them. Definitely try and keep them ichored throughout most of the fight. Every time you hear a potion drinking sound, that is the sound of me drinking one of our potions that we got. You can also see that because I've got the extra range here, I'm doing a lot of damage. Orange Zapinator in general, though, is just really good for doing damage. Let's ember them up. Boy. Theory. Okay, I'm just taking a bunch of extra damage. That's unfortunate. Let's ichor them again. Get our attacks out. Oh boy. They're taking just a ton of extra damage here. Holy cow. I was so much better at dodging in the last one. At least I feel like I was. Maybe I'm insane. Okay. We've got Spasmatasm is now enraged. So we need to avoid him. Oh boy. We can now kind of hit him more reliably though, thanks to our Zapinator. Oof. Okay. So we got them down, I think, farther. I could be wrong. The downside is we didn't have as much movement speed as we did last time, and of course the lack of defense and the fact that I took a bunch of extra hits definitely hurt our chances there. Let's give them one more go. That one I felt like was pretty bad. I'm going to give it one more shot, just because I feel like that one wasn't very representative of what I could have done. We won't have our magic power potion, sadly, nor our mana regeneration, but that's okay. We'll do just fine even without it. Let's see, I need to heal up real quick. We do want to buff up. Alright. Let's heal. We'll summon him again. We'll try this one more time. Like I said, I feel like we could have done better. Our dodging on that one was just terrible. Our damage, though, is quite good. If it wasn't for Retinazer kind of just cheaping us out with the amount of times he hit us. We also got hit by a couple cursed fireballs, which was kind of a shame. If I can just keep my dodges more consistent, we'll be fine. A little bit of extra damage there for no reason. Okay. Let's go out and around. Let's get on. And... oof. Dodging. Oof. Almost took a hit there. I might have used the potion a little bit too early. I did have some damage, but not really enough at that moment to really warrant a potion. Oh dear. Okay, that was a lot of extra damage that I didn't need to take. Okay. Spasmatasm is literally body blocking me at this point. That's unfortunate. Or not Spasmatasm, but Retinazer. That was massively unfortunate. Okay. Ouch. Ooh. Those lasers just seem deadly accurate right now for some reason. Okay, we need to change direction, and we're good. Kind of holding out here, which is pretty good. Let's see how we do with Crystal Storm here for a bit. I don't know if the Orange Zapinator is really doing a lot. The amount of damage you can do with an insanely fast weapon is also far outclassing that. Managed to heal. I feel like even with the damage we've got, because we can keep them behind us, the Crystal Storm is very effective. That is, if we can keep them behind us. Retinazer was just kind of in a bad attack pattern there for us. For making a turn. Okay, let's focus on Spasmatasm. Okay, Spasmatasm is enraged. That's good. That means his fireballs will stop. The only thing we have to worry about is his melee attack. It is a pretty big... Oh, that was a lot of lag for some reason. Okay, let's teleport over here and run. Oof. If I had not gotten hit there, that would have been way better. Let's teleport. As you can see, that teleport is massively useful for fighting any sort of boss. For outrunning them, outpacing them, dodging. Overall, our dodging skills are pretty on par. That's what we need. If we can just get Spasmatism down, we're gonna be good here. Night is almost over though, that is a bit of a problem. We only have a couple minutes, we really need to pump out the damage. Okay, it's just Retinazer now. Retinazer shouldn't be that much of a problem. We just need to kind of pump our damage into him. Okay, so when he enrages, as you can see, he has this, he has a new form, his lasers do more damage. He also does a rapid fire laser attack. Overall pretty dangerous, but not dangerous enough for us to be worried about. We need to focus on damaging him down though. I'm trying to decide whether or not... I think the Zappinator might be doing more damage, especially when it gets those big hits. Ooh, we're kind of dying. Come on, almost. And we got him. That is the twins. Forgive me if it was not as thrilling as you might have thought. It's definitely not an easy fight. I kind of swapped between the Crystal Storm for Spasmatism, as he was kind of like following us closer behind, considering he's more melee, and the Orange Zappinator for Retinazer, as Retinazer kind of shoots you from a distance, and it's easier to hit him with the Orange Zappinator because I have the speed. The Orange Zappinator might also do some more damage overall. There are some weapons similar to the Orange Zappinator, so if you're not able to get lucky enough to get an Orange Zappinator from the Traveling Merchant, I'll show you those weapons here. Weapons that are similar are a Frost Staff and a Poison Staff. So the Frost Staff is dropped by hard mode Ice Biome enemies, and the Poison Staff is dropped by the spider enemies that we were fighting, the Black Recluses and things like that. So it is easy to get either of these in hard mode. They're not anywhere near as low of a drop chance as the Orange Zappinator. And you'll see the Frost Staff is very quick. The Poison Staff isn't as quick, but it also kind of has a shotgun effect, so it would be, both of them would be fairly effective, considering what they are. But yeah, that is the twins. Possibly one of the harder mechanical fights. In my opinion, it's probably the hardest. I don't think Skeleton Prime is actually as hard as the twins, just because of the mechanics around it, but we'll see. So when you open up the Twins treasure bag, you get Souls of Sight, Hollowed Bars, and a mechanical wheel piece if you're on expert mode. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. And I think I'll end the episode here. Pirates are here. We'll deal with this next time. Until then, goodbye.